We'll reveal how air, water, and sunlight, plus a dash of microbial magic, can produce sustainable protein, exploring the science, challenges, and a vision for feeding our future. Imagine a factory that makes food not from soil, but from air and electricity. That's not just possible, it's happening. In this series, we'll unpack how microbes powered by sunlight or clean energy can convert carbon dioxide and water into edible protein, offering a solution to agriculture's huge environmental footprint. We start by looking at what makes modern farming unsustainable: massive land use, water demands, and climate risks. Conventional agriculture contributes up to 25% of global greenhouse gas emissions. And as the population nears 10 billion, feeding everyone is an escalating battle. This is where air-based protein steps in. At companies like Solar Foods, specially engineered microbes feast on powdered CO2 and electricity to produce a microbial biomass that's rich in protein and functional nutrients. It sounds like alchemy, but it's rooted in science. We'll break down how fermentation tanks, energy inputs, and nutrient recycling create this innovation. But here's a hook. This process uses up to 90% less land than cattle and can run almost anywhere, even in the Arctic or urban centers. Could the farm of the future be climate-controlled clean rooms floating above cities? Through a simple model, we'll explore energy efficiency, resource savings, and how these systems compare to plant or animal agriculture. And by the end of this, you'll be asking, could my next dinner come from a science lab, not a farm? Now that we've met the microbes making protein from thin air, let's dive into the benefits and the sticky challenges ahead. First, the benefits are impressive. Zero deforestation. No animal welfare drama. Drastically lower methane emissions. Plus, production doesn't depend on weather, soil, or seasons, so food shortages could become less, short. But here's where it gets tricky: cost. Right now, cultured protein is expensive, sometimes 10 times pricier than soy or chicken. And taste matters. If it tastes like cardboard, it won't fly off grocery shelves. There's also regulatory hurdles. Governments are still adapting food safety rules for novel proteins. And what about public acceptance? No one wants to eat something they can't pronounce, unless it comes with a side of fries and a catchy ad campaign. Thank you for watching so far. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the rest of the video. Our next segment explores real-world applications, like using algae-derived oils, alongside pilot plants scaling up fermentation systems. We'll also peek at how investors and food giants are pouring money into this space, betting that clean protein is not just futuristic, it's profitable. Let's zoom into real-world action. In Singapore and China, pilot factories are already producing fermentation-based proteins and algal oils at commercial scales. These aren't hypothetical, it's happening now. Think vats bubbling with microbes, powered by solar farms or clean grid energy. These proteins can be molded into burgers, shakes, or even high-protein snacks. They're not just for vegans, they might redefine processed food across the board. Here's a fun fact: some of these microbial proteins taste surprisingly cheesy. So next time you enjoy that queso dip, it might owe its flavor to a microbe, not a cow. Yet global equity is crucial. Will this tech help nations with farms in decline? Or will it stay high-tech and out of reach? We'll look at distributed models, small-scale facilities that could serve rural communities, even off-grid regions. We'll also discuss environmental trade-offs. Energy sources matter. These systems are only sustainable if powered by renewables. Otherwise, they're just shifting emissions from farms to power plants. By the end of this part, you'll understand that renewable food isn't only about science, it's about policy, investment, and global fairness. Ready for the plot twist? Renewable food could reconnect us with nature. Yes, really. As traditional agriculture shrinks, land could be restored, rewilding prairies, forests, and biodiversity habitats. Picture this: former farmland reigning with wildflowers, while food is produced in high-efficiency bioreactors. That's nature's win and future nutrition in harmony. But there's one more big challenge: consumer psychology. How do we make air-grown protein not just acceptable, but desirable? Maybe funny marketing slogans like "made from sunshine and microbes," tastier than your ex's texts. We'll wrap up with a vision: local clean protein kitchens in cities, remote microfactories for humanitarian aid drops, and food that's climate resistant, fair, and forward-looking. You've journeyed from farms to fermentation tanks, from science labs to smiling hungry mouths. Here's what you've learned. Traditional agriculture strains our land, water, and climate, but science is giving us a second chance. Innovative tech lets microbes turn air, water, and green energy into protein-rich food with a tiny footprint. Companies like Solar Foods and Veramaris are already scaling this up, while challenges like cost, taste, and regulation remain. If done right, renewable food could free land for ecosystems, lower emissions, and ensure stable nutrition worldwide. Success hinges on renewable energy, smart policy, accessible technology, and creative messaging that builds trust and excitement. The future of food is not about choosing between convenience and conscience. It's about mixing both. With science, care, and global collaboration, we could live in a world where eating is also restoring. Thanks so much for watching this journey of innovation and hope. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help grow not just our audience, but the future we all want to eat.